Hi, this is Chika. Welcome to my daily inspirational thought. Now, today's quote comes from John Wooden, the famous UCLA basketball coach who led them to 10 championship titles, a feat that I don't think we'll ever see in our lifetime. And he said, "Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do." So he's really talking about ability, because sometimes not only do we focus on our weaknesses instead of our strengths, but we let other people determine to us what it is that we can and cannot do. And I want to share three short stories that will really just illustrate this point further. The first one is Vince Lombardi, the famous NFL head coach of the Green Bay Packers, who led them to the first two Super Bowls and had won 3 championships before then. Now, he was observed by a so-called expert, his coaching style that is, and they said he had minimal football knowledge and he was not motivated. Now, I mean, so much for that expert, right? For someone whose name is synonymous with the Super Bowl trophy. It's named after him. So I guess that reporter, that expert, didn't know what he was talking about. Another person, Einstein. Of course, we know how brilliant he is, but people remarked then that he did not cut his hair and he never wore socks. So they felt that he was a retard. They thought, this guy must be crazy. Well, you know, he might be crazy, but he's certainly very smart, and that much we do know. The third person I want to mention in the story is that of Steph Curry. Now, he's currently the point guard for the Golden State Warriors, the NBA champions, and his father, Dell, played in the NBA, and naturally he wanted to follow in his footsteps. But there was just an issue. They said he was too small, he was too skinny, he wouldn't be able to go up against the big guards, guard them and do whatever. But what happened is, instead of focusing on what he couldn't control, what he couldn't do, or allowing it to interfere with what he could do, he zoned in and focused on what he could do in the game, and that was shooting. And him and his father, because he was smaller, they came up with a technique that would allow him to have a quick release. And that way he would be able to get his shots off quicker and also be more accurate and have a greater trajectory for an arc, so that the ball just, you know, dives, it just swishes into the net, if you like. And we've seen, obviously, how that's progressed over the years, from him being the three-point king. In fact, he's scored more three-pointers than anyone in a season. He holds the records, and he is instrumental in the Warriors being NBA champions now twice in the last 3 years. So I say all this to say, John Wooden was right when he says, don't allow what you cannot do, or other people telling you that, to interfere with what you can do. And you can apply this to any aspect of your life, whether it be your relationship, whether it be your work, whether it be your business. So just focus on those things that you know you can do, your strengths. And even if you are deficient slightly, then get some help, just like Steph Curry did. He worked on his shot, and it's paying huge dividends. So I'll come back to that in just a minute, but just to end on you really focusing on your strengths and really not worrying about your weaknesses, especially if they're so deficient that it will be impossible to really bring them up to par, because you can either get help there or you can have other people fill in your weaknesses or help you do things that you're not strong at. But coming back to Steph Curry now, so much for the people that said he was too small, he was too skinny, he'd never make it in the NBA, he wouldn't be good in college. But guess what? Just recently, as of last month, he has signed one of the biggest contracts in the NBA history, $201 million over 5 years. That's $40.2 million. So you tell me, for someone who was too small, too skinny, wouldn't make it in the NBA, I guess all those people are now wrong. So this has been Chika. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure that you don't allow what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. So if you've liked this video, please comment, like, and share below. And until tomorrow, when I'll be bringing out another daily inspirational thought, go out there, make sure you focus on your strengths and not your weaknesses, and don't let them interfere with each other. Take care now. I'll see you tomorrow.